and welcome back everybody to MGSR One in Shot Summer 2021. We have our final run of the evening. BlueMetal, you're back with us. Why don't you tell us all about your game?
Hey everyone, glad you stuck around, hopefully. So this is NieR Automata. It's a pretty cool hack and slash RPG made by the same people who did Metal Gear Rising. So if you like that game, you might find this one interesting. So let's go ahead and get the game started here. Let's do a warning shot. What was it? Summer? Crap. Okay, warning shot. That's fine. We'll do just that. All right. So the category I'm running here is any percent. You'll notice the brackets are on the A because this is A ending. So, you ready to go on timing?
I'm absolutely ready.
All right, cool. So, 3, 2, 1, go. So, NieR Automata. It's a hack and slash JRPG game. Really interesting story, and a lot of mechanics that lend itself to being a really cool speedrun. There's a lot of combat mechanics, a lot of optimization to be done there. A lot a lot of movement tricks and a lot of out of bounds. So for anyone who's paying attention, let's play a game. Let's count how many times I want to go out of bounds. We'll count how many times we got out of bounds, and if someone gets it right, I'll give them a sub to this channel. How about that? And you know, I honestly couldn't even give you an estimate because I never count myself. So we'll count together. But anyway, so the intro here is a, shmup, shoot 'em up, whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry to say that this entire game is mainly shmups. The JRPG crap is for like 5 minutes. So if that's what you're looking forward to, I apologize. No, I'm kidding. There's like 3 or 4 shmup sections. They're mostly short, except for one that's like 12 minutes. But we'll get there when we get there. At least 3 times, yeah. At least 3 times, and maybe just the prologue here. So are we taking damage on purpose? It's mainly just to optimize my menus, because I want to be using what we call melee attack buffs, and you have to go into a shortcut menu, and you have to scroll past heals, so I'm just going to be getting rid of a handful of them so it makes my menus faster, at the cost of no time.
Alert. Enemy unit sighted ahead.
So push that NPC over there, make sure they blow up that dude on the side, take another hit, easy peasy. So the goal of these shmup sections is to just take out all the waves as soon as you can. Helps to have them memorized. Okay, left side, that's good. I'm gonna try to shove this one off the edge, because there's gonna be enemies spawning on either side. Make sure they take care of that left side, and take care of the right. Nice. Alright, now here's the mode where I get to aim wherever I want. And I have to hope that my ally here shoots down all the targets below me. I did, good job. Alright, not bad. Pretty solid. Well, now I'm by myself. Well, dang, that sucks. Actually, no, that's fine. I prefer that. So we're about halfway done with this intro shmup here. Then after that, we're going to be finally on foot. And that's when I'm going to talk about the crazy combat that's going to be happening. The further into the game we get, the more complicated it's going to get. The more inputs and stuff being used. But at the start, at the prologue, we're kind of limited in what we can do because we want to make sure we don't have to open the menus too many times, waste time doing this and that configuration stuff. So the combat here in the prologue is not going to be too complicated, but it's going to get better as we go on. Alright, time to shoot down more waves of dudes. Last wave. Alright, cool. That seemed like a pretty good shmup to me. Alright, so we're finally on foot. So what I'm going to be using is the small sword on the heavy slot.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
And my attack inputs are going to be a dash into a heavy attack. And it's going to be this animation where it's like some sort of flip kind of thing. And at the end of the flip, she throws the sword forward. And the sword starts to just sit there and spin. That's where most of your damage is going to come from. We call it the damage glitch because for some reason, the spinning sword, when you input the dash first, it does like 5 times more damage per tick for like no reason. I don't know how they overlooked that, but that's what we're going to be using for most of the game here. We call it damage glitch. Okay, here's a boss, by the way. I just have to get its health down to half as fast as I can. Alright, good attack. Or not a half, more like a third. Because I want to trigger that call ASAP. And while the call's happening, I just whittle him down, I guess. Get away from me. Ow. Alright, so remember that game we're going to play? How many times we're going to go out of bounds? Well, we're already going to go out of bounds right over here. If I do it right, let's see. Alright, so that's number 1. Do I consider it out of bounds? That's a tough question. We can mark that as an asterisk. So in here, just like the shmup waves, I just want to kill all the enemies as soon as I can.
Nothing's ever easy.
Try to group these guys up. Alright, 3, not bad. About standard. Okay, not bad. Oh no. What? You serious? Alright, this game's messing with me. I disagree, video game. Alright, there we go.
I'm glad you're here.
Man, I've been struggling with that lately.
Scanners like me
That's
must
something I should be
have
struggling with.
Scouting out enemy lines and all that.
So I just pretty much skipped a big chunk of the prologue. And I'm out of bounds again, so that's number 2.
Emotions are prohibited.
Oh, don't get
Sorry,
stuck.
man.
What are you
And
doing?
another thing, stop calling me ma'am.
Huh?
It's unnecessary.
All right then. To be it is.
Alright, another set of dudes to kill. Boom.
Alert. Bulletproof apparatus detected on enemies. Close range combat is advised.
Alright, some guys gonna fall from the ceiling over here. Nice. Okay. So other than the bridge nonsense, this was a good prologue. Alright, I'm gonna do a trick I really don't like doing, but people would get mad at me if I don't do it, so
Maybe they
I did a swag trick that saves like
did somewhere.
less than half a second, but people will get mad at me if I don't do it, so there you go. Looked pretty cool, didn't it?
There should be another facility across that bridge. It's a bit of a hike, but should we check it out?
Alright, so next, we got a long,
Like the man to get a little
long
wrong.
boss fight
I guess even they
several
get bad
phases
intel from time to time,
with
huh?
a fair bit of RNG involved.
I wouldn't bet on that.
So first we got this boss who showed up again, except there's 2 of them now.
Alert. High power jamming detected. No response from long range communications.
Just gonna throw out my sword in its path, get some easy damage. Okay, you have to get his health down to just half. I don't know why not all the way, but hey, they made it just half, so there you go, I guess. But yeah, that was not the real boss fight. Next is the actual the actual boss fight. Man, where's my water? Where's my dang water? That's better. Remember to hydrate. So here's the boss. His name is Angles. And he can be a big meanie head. So this first phase, it's auto-scroller. You just wait out his attacks, wait for the timer to expire, steal as much damage as you can while we're sitting here waiting. But there is one of two attacks that I want him to use. Because when we get to the next phase, he's going to choose an attack to do, and whatever attack he does pick does matter. And two of the attacks he can use waste like 20 plus seconds. And if you have him use one attack and then go to the next phase, he cannot use that same attack. So if I have him use one of the two really long attacks, then he'll go into the next phase while eliminating one of them from the pool of attacks he can use. But he's not giving it to me, so he's making it likely for it to happen. Come on, man. Alright, I'm getting worried. I'm getting a little bit worried here. Please do punches. Please, 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 please. I think it was about to. Okay, alright, I got lucky. So, I'm not going to lose 20 seconds. Thank you.
The target. I'm
Thank you,
going to
Ingalls.
destroy.
I appreciate it.
Right. I'll provide support.
Alright, so at this point, I'm just waiting out the this remainder of this phase. It's going to come up and blow up a couple parts of this bridge apart. And all I do is just sit here and chill out. Wait, it should be doing more damage to him, huh? He's not thresholded yet. So when his health bar disappears, that's when you've done enough damage to him. Then you don't have to worry about it. So while we're waiting, I'm just going to keep shooting him. Come on. You don't necessarily have to threshold him for this fight to go well. It just makes it nice and comfy. It's probably good enough.
Hacking in.
Right. Alright, so he's temporarily disabled, so we're just gonna climb up his body. Try to help our buddy 9S. I tried to clip out inside of his body and skip this ladder, but it's a really finicky trick. Sometimes I'm good with it, sometimes I'm terrible at it. So some enemies are gonna drop from the sky here. And boom. Nice. Sometimes one of them could just dodge for no reason, and they get iframes. So it's just kind of down to luck. But we got him. Ow. So this section of the fight is entirely reliant on dialogues. We have to wait for some dialogues to end, and then we proceed to the final phase. So the thing about it, though, is that the fight cannot advance unless two conditions are met. One, the final dialogue has to pass, and two, he has to be in an idle state. So you kind of want him to finish an attack and for the dialogue to end at the same time. So it's kind of down to RNG with what attacks he uses.
I found a weakness in the target. Hacking in.
If I have to, I'll use the shortcut spam to try and sync them together. Let's come on, I'm gonna do that right here.
To be the control on the enemy's upper arm.
Oops.
Use your pod. Should be able to
There we go.
take it over.
So by spamming the shortcut, I let some of the dialogue play. At least some of it. And I get to keep pausing his attack, so... The way I did it there, I got them to sync together so that they both ended at the same time. Wastes minimal time.
Seized from enemy unit. Marking weak.
And now I get to finish this guy off.
These is control system.
Affirmative. Infiltrating enemy subunit. Behavior table adjusted. Balance controls over.
He's a melee buff.
Enemy unit subjugation complete.
Angle, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Let's take his arm and just hit him with it. Stop hitting yourself. Alright, so that was the prologue section. Not bad. Could have been better if I didn't mess up the bridge and a couple other areas, but it's acceptable. Crap. Meet up here with 9S. Deal with some menus, some cutscenes. This whole section here is mainly just some movement and menus. So there's going to be... actually, I'll talk about it in just a second. I have to deal with some menus. These menus suck. They're not hard, they're just annoying. So you have a lot of confirmation boxes. Okay, so there's going to be a handful of times throughout this run where I want to be canceling dialogues with one another so that they just don't happen. So for example, if there's a dialogue trigger that I run into that forces someone to talk, and you typically have to wait for them to stop talking for something to happen. So what you do is you bring up your partner's dialogue and then run into that dialogue trigger, and then they cancel out, and then you don't have to worry about it. I'll do it right here. And they cancel, easy peasy. Because normally you're forced to sit there and walk, but we just cancel it outright. So you see me doing this movement here, we call this dash punching. So a lot of people would normally think that the fastest movement in this game is to just sprint the whole time. But it's actually faster to chain dashes together. And then following that, we have dash punching. At the end of every dash, you just do a punch. We couldn't do that in the prologue because both of our weapon sets did not have a fist. We had swords only. And then there's going to be a couple more movement strats we do after that, but we'll talk about them when we get to them. So until then, we have another shmup, woohoo. The very fun parts of the game, am I right?
Scanner models are built for that kind of thing.
Orders are orders.
All right, all right.
Like, they're cool the first time, but as you speedrun this game, they get a little,
You're going to have
annoying
some new weaponry installed
and
from here on
boring.
out. I'll put up instructions for you. Make sure to commit them to memory.
Alright, just trying to take out some more waves of dudes here, like every other shmup. Nice. Alright, not bad. That shmup was pretty good.
Bunker to 2B, come in. I've set a landing point for your flight units. You'll be touching down quite a ways from the resistance camp, unfortunately. Sorry
So
for
let's
the trouble,
see.
but we
Other
can't
movement
risk the enemy
strats.
discovering their position.
There's going to be one called dash swinging, another one called spear dashing. Spear dashing is not for quite a while, but dash swinging will come up when we upgrade our sword for the first time, which is mandatory. Okay, so another thing to note is that there's a number of cutscene triggers that when you walk into them, you have to slow down and walk for a few steps first. But if you jump or do an attack into it, you skip that walking phase and just start the cutscene immediately.
Target location.
According to our intel, none of the machines in this area are hostile.
And that move is cool. Call that the plunge. You've probably seen me use it a handful of times already.
Just stand there and stare into space.
It's good for getting down to the ground
It's pretty
ASAP.
weird.
Okay, cutscene trigger. Alright, I'm gonna try and do another dialogue overlap here. Let's see if I can get it somewhat tight. Nice. Okay, so I have to talk to these NPCs, start some mandatory side quests. Because side quests are totally side content. No, they're mandatory content apparently.
Target location data obtained. Marking on map.
Thankfully, it's the only time side quests are mandatory. So what I have to do next is find some drops on the floor and pick them up and make sure the enemies don't bother me.
This must have been quite a city once
So the
upon
reason
a
why I'm
time.
looking up there is
Too bad
because
vegetation's
since a
going
lot of my
most the
movement has to do
ground.
with attacks, I have to make sure that the targeting doesn't automatically pull my attacks towards an enemy and make me go the wrong way. So if you see an enemy and there's like a white targeting reticle on them,
Good to hear. Say, how's the
then
weather on
that
Earth
means
today?
whatever attack I use is going to get pulled towards them.
Does that
So
question have anything to do with
when
our
I move the camera
operation?
up or something like that or away,
I just figured
it's
I'd
going
try
to
to
make
see
sure
if
that I don't
could
target
help
them on
with the
accident.
Feeling nice.
It's not some golden eye thing where
Let's get these back to the
you
truck.
want to reduce lag.
Like
No, it's
to
not
spray
lag.
most of the central
We just don't want to target
area.
enemies.
Plants too.
Report. Records show that
Okay, so this one, there's
vegetation has grown to an abnormal
3 mandatory
size
enemies I have to
for the
kill.
capture of humans.
Don't do that.
Wonder if there are any huge boars
Okay,
in
so
the
this
forest.
guy and this guy, they all have a drop I'm looking for. This one, and this one. Alright, cool. Side quest done.
Okay, that's everything the supply trader asked for.
When I turn in these side quests, my sword's going to get
Man,
upgraded,
these chores are a real pain
and that
in the
way
butt, huh?
I get to use dash swinging. So why would I change? It's because with certain weapons, when you upgrade them, they
Yeah.
not only do just more damage, but the attack speed goes up too. And since a lot of our movement is based on attacks, higher attack speed means we move faster. Alright, sword upgraded. Nice. Get these side quests turned in. Alright. So this is dash swinging. It's this cool looking spinning sword move. It's the same speed as dash punching, but this one sends you further. And in my opinion, it's easier to do than dash punching, but hey, you know, it's whatever. It's kind of preference, but there's a lot of times where you do want to use dash swinging.
The desert heat is going to make resupply efforts difficult, 2B. Please make sure you're ready.
Alright, so off to the next destination, going to the desert. I want to make sure that these enemies are not on the screen and not bothering me. I do not want my dash swing pulled towards them. So as you can see, there's a lot of times where I'm just like using attacks chained together to like fly around in the air, go really high, go really far. The way this game's attacks work, they just let you do all sorts of stuff. So like the jumping slash I do, we call that a lift. And if you do that against a slope, you get your jump back and you get to do another one. That's pretty cool. It's a handful of times where we do that. Okay, buy some. Eh. Okay, I should try buying the stuff before I talk. So I bought some heals, some attack buffs. Hello, clip.
Map data obtained from bunker. Data may be displayed
And I
from
bought
the
a
system
chip.
menu.
Then I bought some animal bait.
Huh? It's hard to get
Okay, this is out of
accurate
bounds. What,
pictures
number
from this.
3?
Our satellite resolution isn't so hot.
Is this number 3 or is this
Hopefully
number
we
4?
deploy some
I want
new
to say it's number 3.
satellites soon.
A general idea is good enough.
You don't
So
let
the chip I
anything get
bought,
in your way, do you?
it's called Resilience. And it's a very good chip. So what it does is it means I get to face tank attacks and not have to worry about getting stunned whenever I get hit, as long as my HP is above a certain threshold. Out of bounds number 4.
Who opens a
And then I
safe
bought
gate
some
with
attack
so
buffs.
much
So they're pretty much like temporary buffs. You probably see me use them a few times already. My attack power for whether it be range or melee attack goes up by quite a bit for a certain duration. And they're very powerful. Combined with the damage glitch I talked about earlier, where your attack is just inexplicably 5 times stronger.
This sand sure is
Thanks,
slippery.
Platinum. Then I bought some animal bait, so we're going to be riding an animal later. And I bought something called like a sachet. I don't know how you pronounce that word, but it makes it so the animals don't run away from you when you get close.
Is
At pre-
Sand slides. Optimizing these slides is harder than you think.
Careful. We've got enemies approaching.
So coming up, there's a few enemies that I want to laser from far away. because they have a really rare chance of dropping a really good ship. It's called Taunt. Let's see if I can get him. Change. Alright, cool, we got him. So I don't think it's likely that I got a Taunt ship. But if I get a Taunt ship, then we'll be zooming when it comes to combat. Oh, okay. I have to wait for this guy to start digging. Come on. Yeah. Get as far ahead as I can right when he jumps in. So, you might be wondering what taunt is. It's this right here when I'm flashing my flashlight on enemy,
Rocky area.
and they start glowing red. So when they're taunted, what happens is they deal more damage and they take more damage. So it's kind of a risk-reward sort of thing, where you taunt all the enemies you want to fight, so you deal more damage to them, but you also have to be careful around them, because they might deal a lot of damage to you too. You have a high risk of dying. But as long as you're careful and you know what to do, then it's not too often that it's dangerous. And the taunt chip pretty much increases the percentage of damage that's dealt and received when an enemy is taunted. So the more damage we can do, the better, but also the more risky. What was that? Out of bounds number 5? Ciao, Sally Arc. Alright, let's see if I got taunt. I did not. That was expected. So what I did in that menu was I swapped my swords around so that both weapon sets are identical. This lets me do the spinning sword thing,
Listen to them, 2B.
but also lets me swap to another weapon set and throw out another one. So we call that double damage glitch. I'll have 2 swords out there spinning at the same time, just doing tons of damage. Alright, so at this point, all I'm doing is just waiting out a timer. And while I wait, I try to get as many kills as I can. And hopefully some materials for another sword upgrade, but that's a lot of RNG. I'm not expecting to get it, so we'll see. Try not to get bullied too much. Leave me alone, stop it. Big meanies. Dude, I just cannot get that SD off. So here's Adam. Adam is a meanie. No one likes Adam. He's a naked man, and he's very random. Alright, cool. So there goes the first phase. He didn't give me any trouble. So this phase, I want to make sure I hit him with a double laser. Alright, this last phase is where I'm possibly going to get trolled. Okay, this... not bad, actually. It could have been a lot worse. So that was Adam, naked man. Throw swords at him, he dies. So there's one more mechanic I want to talk about. It's called slow-mo. See how my pod is like kind of charging up? And there's 2 of them right there. That's when I'm charging a special weapon for my pod called the pod program. And when you charge it up, it slows down the enemies and the environment around you. So normally that area is like collapsing and creating a whole bunch of holes for you to go over. But if I slow-mo, then I'll get over them before they manage to collapse.
What the hell just
And in combat,
I know.
it means that my all the enemies are moving slower, so they have less opportunity to hit me and all that kind of stuff. So slow-mo is very strong, but it's somewhat hard to utilize because you have to add some extra inputs to your combat. Alright, let's push this crate, this box. But we're not going to push all the way. I want to clip through. Oh, what? Okay, sure. Thankfully, I can void back up. There we go. So what I'm going to do here is called a save scum. Instead of traveling all the way through the desert, I get to save from far away and then warp to that save point. Because in this game, save points, they have a really long range. Like, if you look at the mini-map, it's like a brighter colored circle compared to the rest of it. So when you're within that circle's range, you have to save to the transport that's generating that circle. And then you can warp straight to it. All right, next destination. We're going to the amusement park. Pretty cool place. It's also where I'm going to be getting the next weapon, which is a spear.
Data upload complete.
And the spear is pretty cool. Lets us do new movement tech, lets us get out of bounds much more easily. It's just a great weapon, but the trick involved with getting it is a little scary. If I miss it, I lose a bunch of time, and I don't want to lose a bunch of time. But I'll talk more about it when I get there.
End transmission.
I heard something about that back at the resistance camp.
Instead of going down that sewer, it's gonna go over the fence.
The other androids. Which looks like our surface route's been cut off. Maybe we can get through from underground.
Look at that funky lighting. It does not expect you to do that. So I'm going back over here to the sewer because I need to hit a trigger. Gotta drop down, hit the trigger, then go back forward. Oh. I tried to jump over that cutscene trigger, but I got myself an extra jump, and that made me dip down a little bit. Alright, since I did not get that SD, I'm a little bit desperate for experience. Give me some kills. That was a chip. I wonder what chip that was.
Oh, this is weird.
Alright, out of bounds number 6. No, number 7. I forgot the other one. This is number 7. I think. Yeah, 7. So what I'm going to do, or try to do, I'm going to summon the roller coaster and then make it go without me. Nice. So at this point, it's an auto-scroller. You get warped to the next section when the roller coaster stops. So since it's going without me, that means I get an opportunity to go do stuff, and then when the roller coaster stops, then we proceed. So I'm going to use this time to go get the spear with like pretty much no extra cost of time. Pretty much free.
What's this?
Analysis. It is a device that propels humans on rails at high speeds for the purposes of amusement. It was
Roller
commonly
coaster.
referred to as a roller coaster.
Humans sure are strange creatures.
I want this.
Hey, 2B.
Yes?
So out of bounds number 8.
You know me well, usually call me Nines. So,
Oh.
so what do you think? I mean, if you want to call me Nines, it's totally okay.
I'm good.
Alright, so I want to change 9S's AI to long range
All right.
just before I grab the spear. Alright, cool. And we get warped because the roller coaster stopped. Alright, we're good. Crap. Alright, here's the next boss. His name is like Beauvoir? Something like that. Simone. Simone Beauvoir. A lot of bosses in this game are named after like philosophers and all these other kinds of people. I don't know much about them. Chat might know more about them than I do. Alright, so I'm gonna do some damage here. I don't want to do too much though. It's my threshold or too early. It's possible to lose time. Come back here. What are you doing? Ow. How was I not doing that much damage? Well, I guess I have to wait for her to get back over there anyway. So what I was trying to do was have her attack me while we were next to the ledge over here, so she wouldn't have to slowly move over there. Oh well. Alright, hacking phase. The only mandatory one in the game. So this next phase, there's going to be a bunch of dead androids on crosses, and if I get hit by one of their attacks, we do a mandatory hacking phase, and that wastes like 6 seconds, so I need to be very careful.
Are we seriously being attacked with dead androids?
Wait, I don't think. 2B! I'm detecting black box signals.
Alright, no hackerino, please.
Think
Crap.
they're turned into weapons.
Alright. This ends
Oh, there
now.
goes 6 seconds. It's really RNG dependent, because as soon as you get close to one, they might just hit you with the shockwave like that.
I've almost analyzed the enemy's hacking pattern. I'm going to try to hack it back. Keep it busy.
You got it.
Yeah, let's put on my spear. Nope. Oh no, I blew up. I used the self-destruct to, I just wanted to remove the skirt, okay? I thought it was cool. Don't judge me.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm
Alright, out of bounds number 8. A very short one. Alright, so here's spear dashing. It's kind of obnoxious, and it's hard to do right, and hard to do quickly. But pretty much what you're doing is, you started out with a light attack, which is what my spear is on. It's on the light attack slot. You start with a light attack, then you loop self-destruct and heavy attack, and you get to do this over and over and over again. It's really fast. But it's really tough and really annoying to do. All you gotta do is just start with that light attack, and then that's the start of your chain. Now we're heading to a place called Pascal's Village. It's another place where you can meet with NPCs and do shopping and all that kind of stuff. But
Attack the bunker
we don't spend a whole lot of
directly.
time there. We just happen to travel there a lot.
Space, right?
Well, there are a few theories about that, but no one knows for sure. Hard to tell what an alien is.
Bunch of robots, but they're not hostile. Except that guy. Screw that guy.
They all have white flags.
Looks like they really
Make
don't
sure
wanna
to save. Okay, so here's another mandatory quest. I have to bring that item back to the camp where I was at before. Excuse me. And here's where I'm going to use my animal bait. I have to hope for a boar. There's going to be some random animals spawning, a boar or a moose. And I want a boar. A boar is faster.
We can get into the city ruins if we move that box.
Moose.
Operator
Boar.
60,
Alright, come here.
this is me.
You're my boy.
Time for your regularly scheduled
And I get to do this. Boar hopping. Believe it or not, this is faster.
2B here. What's wrong?
Oh. There's this operator I kind of liked, but when I asked her out...
Yo, Speedy, thanks for subbing to MGSR Speedruns for 6 months.
Honestly, 2B,
Metal Gear Speedrunners.
I don't know how I'm supposed to go on living.
I am definitely not the person to discuss this with.
Hope you're enjoying the marathon.
I don't think I can stand spending one more day in this bunker.
You
Alright,
leaving
so I'm
with the
going to
gas
go over
is
this door to get rid of this call and make it
That's
stop
mission
early.
efficiency.
Because you can't interact with NPCs while a call is going on. Alright, time to head back. Uh-oh.
He just started
Now do you believe
I
I'm
kind of
dead?
died. That's,
Can say
Oh man, I think the run might be over. Shoot, what do I do about this? Hmm. I'm kidding, it's a death warp. That was intentional.
Fair.
Just spear dash through them forehead. Nothing to worry about. So you remember angles from the beginning of the game? Well, now there's 2 of them attacking the city.
I promise you, we were not aware of this
That's kind of not cool, man.
information. I realize the odds of you believing me
It took a
are
long time to
slim,
deal with one of them. Now I have to deal with
but I hope
2.
you will nonetheless.
We'll sort it out later.
2B, Command is deploying new flight units for us. They just set the coordinates, so let's get going.
So I have to make my way all the way to where I started from this area, up on that high building. But here's the first angles. Hopefully he doesn't smack me off the building, because he can do that
Shouldn't get near
if
that
you're
guy's
unlucky.
feet. Yeah, no. Let's find another route. The flight units should be on the roof of that building up ahead. It'll be dangerous, but we're not going anywhere unless we pass through that Goliath's legs. We should be careful.
Passing under the second one. Alright, gonna climb this ladder. Ah. Try to pass through that invisible wall. That's okay, we can just go over it instead.
2B, displaying data on central wiring hub.
So instead of fighting this guy, we can just skip him.
Be careful.
No
The
worries.
skies are packed with
Imagine having to fight this guy.
Make sure to approach at low altitude.
Copy that.
See you later, buddy. This one, though, we do have to fight. And he's going to go down real fast. Just watch it. We're going to use the range attack buff. 2 pod programs. And he's dead. Cool. But I'm not level 10. Not getting that self-destruct really cost me some experience. So self-destruct, when you fully let the timer go down, you pretty much generate a big old explosion, gets rid of all your health and your skirt, but sometimes you want to use it for as an attack. And I could have killed a big old group of enemies around me, but they hit me out of it, so my experience is a little bit lacking. It's not going to matter that much, though. Alright, so here's a big elaborate trick I'll be doing. We call this EDS, Extended Dialogue Storage. And you'll see why in just a moment. First, I have to hit the trigger down here. Gotta go down low enough to hit the trigger, then go back up, because we do not want to go down there yet.
Underground.
Guess we'll see once we get there. If we're lucky.
You're not much for plans.
Alright, so we're gonna go back to the amusement park. Alright, we're gonna mess with this NPC right here. Alright, so I killed him while also bringing up this text box. This is important. I need this text box to stay open. I'm trying to move with my keyboard. It's kind of awkward. This out of bounds is really annoying. Stop. There we go. Alright, out of bounds number 8, I think. I should have turned on my flashlight, but it's fine. So we still have the dialogue box. This is important. I need to keep this. Alright. If I try to skip this cutscene with this dialogue box open, I get rid of it. So it's actually faster to sit here and watch this cutscene than to skip it. And the reason for that is because there's a boss fight in this room right after this cutscene. But the boss fight is an auto-scroller. And the auto-scroller ends when they stop talking. And if you remember what I was saying about dialogue boxes overlapping, right? We pretty much get to make the fight end instantly by just having this dialogue box open. Instead of having to sit here for like a whole minute. They're deluxe. Cool boss fight. You have to sit here waiting for him to talk. Nope. It's already over.
Back this way.
Alright, so I'm
again?
gonna open a treasure chest for some materials.
Stop complaining.
Yeah.
2B, this is Operator
If I'm
Six
lucky,
Cell.
then I
We
got
now have
other
an
materials to
operational
upgrade my
transport
sword
to the
further.
ruins. We're attempting
But I have a
to
feeling that I
deploy
probably
medical
didn't.
points as well.
It's pretty rare.
About time we had access to those.
Care to fill me in?
Transporters? They let you transfer your consciousness.
Hey, you know what? I got it in practice just a bit ago, so maybe I'll get it here. Who knows?
Guys talking about it a while
Whoops.
ago.
Here, up next.
They're like,
What is the fastest run? You mean what is the fastest category? That might be cheat code percent. Because there was a cheat code recently discovered for this game that lets you just, I think just like warp to the ending or something. But that's no fun. I want to play the game, you know? Alright, gonna do another dialogue overlap. Get out of my way, 9S.
why don't we rest a little bit, 2B? It's been a while.
Okay, so we're gonna be back at Pascal's village. And we're gonna do some shopping, and that's where we're gonna find out if I have enough materials to upgrade my sword further. So if you remember, when you upgrade your sword, your attack speed goes up and so does your damage. And those are very good things. Faster attack speed means we move faster, more damage means I die faster. But the materials that I get as RNG drops from enemies I've killed so far. And the likelihood of getting those materials is rather low, so we'll see if we get it.
This.
Get rid of this. Nope, I did not get it. I barely got any materials whatsoever. What about chips? Huh. Seems like I got some good chips, maybe. Buying a whole bunch of buffs. Alright, let's see what chips I got. Nope. Put on resilience. Okay, so crit plus 2. I'll take 2 crit plus 2s. Okay, sure. I'll talk about crits in just a second. Alright, so what I did there was I jumped over a side quest dialogue box. Not dialogue box, a side quest trigger. It's a trigger zone that's really huge.
When do you think you'll be willing
And if I did not go over that, I'd lose like 10 seconds. So crit chips. Pretty much what they do is they give me a chance to do a critical hit. It's like a, whenever I'm doing damage, if you see like some big old spark and you hear like a glass shatter sound, then the damage of that attack was multiplied by a lot. And you normally don't have, without any crit chips whatsoever, your crit chance is 0. Just totally 0, none. But if you put on some crit chips, you actually have a chance of doing a critical hit. So now there's some RNG to my combat. Like that. That was a critical hit. There's another one. So crits are very, very strong, but they're RNG. You have to hope you get them. Now we're going to the forest. A place I do not like very much, but it does have a cool skip and a very awful boss. So this place, for movement, it's kind of weird, because it's all bumpy. It's not very smooth, so like, it's easy for the game to just consider you to be airborne. Like if your pinky toe is off the ground, the game might consider you airborne.
Here they come. Better keep your guard up.
I'm aware of how to
And when you're airborne,
You just be careful.
you're not doing spear dashing. You do some other attack you don't want to do that keeps you in place. So movement here is kind of difficult.
What is with these
Alright, time for a
guys?
big YOLO jump.
Listen to what they're saying, 2B.
Right over that bridge. Oh.
How
Oh.
are we supposed to reach that castle?
Alright, so this skip is pretty cool. We're gonna skip another bridge. Oh, what? That's fine. I'm not used to doing it that way. So we call this a long jump. I kind of improvised my movement there because I made a mistake. But it's fine. We made it across. Get out of the way. Get away from me. Alright, out of bounds. What was that, number 9? I think that's number 9. So we're pretty much going to skip the entire castle. You're supposed to go inside of a castle and go through multiple floors, a handful of enemies. But when we go out of bounds, there's conveniently collision on these windows. And we're at the top of the castle. Alright, time for a very terrible boss. It's a popular character, A2, but the boss fight sucks. There's a lot of RNG involved. If she dashes off the screen, I lose time.
Android.
And she loves dashing off the screen.
Alert.
She loves doing that a lot.
By Yorha. Annihilation recommended.
Okay, she's taunted.
But why?
Get ourselves
Let's
buffed.
go, 9S.
Oh look, she dashed off the screen. That's my luck for you. That's why this boss fight sucks.
Bunker to 2B and 9S. We've picked up a signal from the black box of a fugitive known as
Alright, crit's coming in handy. She only dashed off the screen once, so that was acceptable.
But she's... Let's go after her, 2B.
Alright, so instead of chasing her, it's faster to go this way. And take the transporter back to Pascal's village. Chasing her is actually significantly slower. I don't remember by how much, but you definitely just want to go this way. Normally there is a trigger that stops you in place and then makes you run backwards, but if you plunge so that you fly far enough past it, it's like, it gives up. It's like, okay, fine, you can go that way if you want. No problem. Go ahead. Wait, I want the skill self.
It'll be faster.
Dialogue cancel.
Stay sharp and head back to the
I may have killed Pascal, but don't worry. He's fine. He may have blown up. But if I were to go back there, he'd be back. Don't worry.
Why
Whoops.
did you ask Pascal about A2?
Huh?
It's not recommended
Controller
to
fumbles.
interface with machines without consulting command.
So I'm just doing a lot of dialogue cancels and some more
Thanks, 2B.
Still,
mandatory dialogue.
machines are the
Alright,
enemy.
out of bounds number,
Don't
was it
forget.
10? I lost count. Alright, so I'm doing this to touch a cutscene trigger. So this let me proceed with the game, but avoid back up where I want to go. Wait, where is this camera facing? Where am I? Okay, alright, now I know where I am. Oh, I want to get a double plunge. I want a double plunge. Double plunge is comfy. Every time I do the single plunge, I don't make it. Okay.
Let's take him out already so I can be home in time for dinner and a bath.
Androids don't need to bathe. As long as you
Man, these
perform
crits are
regular
going nuts.
maintenance.
2 crit plus 2s? Wow.
Yeah, but come on, 2B. It still feels good.
I tried to plunge, hello. Alright. Alright, so some more mandatory enemies. This is 9?
I
Okay.
think that's the last of the...
Alright, so here is the part of the game that no one likes. If you like this part, I don't know what's wrong with you, but okay. It's a very, 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 very long auto-scroller. A shmuppy. I understand auto-scrollers, but an auto-scroller and a shmup at the same time? Ugh. It's like 12 minutes. Maybe a little bit less, I don't remember. But all we're doing is just taking out waves of enemies. Just like before. And dealing with some mini-bosses. So if you want to go get a snack, make yourself a sandwich. Now's a good time, actually. Yo, land sandwich, what's up? Thanks for the luck, dude. Alright, so more of this auto-scorer nonsense. I'm gonna pretty much try to take as many kills as possible. See, if you're an allied teammate, you're this guy right here, 9S. Whenever he kills an enemy and you don't, you do not get experience for it. So it's a waste of points if he kills enemies that you were trying to kill. And he can take boss and mini-boss kills too. It's very unfortunate, so I'm gonna try my best to steal as many of those kills as I can. NieR is just a big jerk, man. Alright, so here's the mini-boss.
I'm picking up a large-scale enemy inbound. Looks to be 2.8.
It's a Goliath Flyer. It's kind of a whatever boss. See some pod programs. And he's using the laser. Okay, sure. What? Pod program, hello? I think I did not level up. Uh-oh. I tried to delay that pod program so that the damage would out DPS 9S, but I think 9S still managed to steal it. Or my EXP is just really low, but I think 9S stole it. Oh boy. Oh yeah, this is bad.
Is that a machine?
I hate you, 9S.
It's freaking huge.
That's exactly what I was talking about. I should be level 13 right now. But he stole a boss kill from me. So now my XP is really lacking. Oh boy. This is gonna be exciting.
Crap. It's blocking close range.
So my damage output's not gonna be as high.
We've got to find another way to damage it.
And I might be slightly weaker.
2B, Command is attempting to launch a satellite laser strike on your target. But the
So let's hope that doesn't lead to anything
making it impossible to
awful.
We need you to find the
It
enemy and
shouldn't,
take it out.
but
Oh, is that all?
there's always a chance of something going wrong when you're underleveled.
Only way.
Because we're underleveled by quite a bit already.
Heat generator target confirmed.
But he just made things worse.
Proposal. Destroy the generator quickly.
Now, the way you would prevent that is to not let do not switch 9S's AI to long range or anything. You would just leave it on passive, but when it's on passive, it makes some of these fights slower because he does contribute. But it also means that he might take your kills, so it's a risk you gotta deal with. And it did not pay out for me.
Enemy data obtained from command.
Go ahead.
The only known record of this machine life form is a lone sighting 320 years ago. Upon reaching land, the unit unleashed a devastating electromagnetic wave attack.
There's my level 13. I should be level 14 by now, not 13. I hate you, 9S. Alright, so here's where my level matters. I have to destroy these 4 cores. And I have to hope that they don't spin where I can't hit them. Aw, man, like that. That's unfortunate. So, funny you mention the voice acting language, because in this game, English is faster than Japanese. Since a lot of this game relies on dialogues finishing, you want to use English. Typically for text boxes in video games, Japanese is faster, but for spoken dialogues, English is faster. They just get their dialogues done faster, I guess? I don't know. Japanese is significantly slower. So, I apologize to my fellow weebs, but if you want to go fast, you have to play in English. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we can't hear the greatness of Japanese voice acting that is, you know, the best there ever was in everything of every form of media ever. I apologize.
We've got mortars lining the shoreline here. All the EMP shielding in the world won't help against close-range mortar fire.
Got it.
Yes, this part's cool, kind of. Yeah, shoot a big gun at this dude.
This thing's armor is too thick. We need more firepower.
So I never really talked about this boss today. It's barely even a boss fight, but it's a big old dude named Groon. We call him the Disco Whale sometimes. But now that we shot him in the mouth a whole bunch, he's kind of pissed. He's kind of angry. And it turns out he has legs and arms. He's very big. He's very tall. But we still don't really fight him directly.
Ancient weapon. It was designed to help annihilate the androids, but it wound up going out of control. I was part of the machine's network when it happened, so I remember it.
So that generator that I fought before with the rotating cores, we fight 2 more of those.
Everything in sight. No
And after the second one, then the fight's over.
We eventually marooned it deep
So you don't really fight Groon directly, you just fight the generators.
K2B, I think I have another idea. You keep that thing right where it is, okay?
What?
Please, 2B. This is
Alright, 9S is out of here. He's no longer taking my kills. But the damage has already been done, 9S. You took the boss kill from me.
9S is leaving the front lines. Proposal: 9S should be reported to command as a deserter.
No! He has a plan. Just hold on.
So yep, all I'm doing still is just killing enemies. Auto-scroller
2B. I'm going
is
to need you
long.
to use those
Auto-scroller
missiles
is
on the
auto-scroller.
shore, but I need you to destroy the EMP unit on that thing's back. Otherwise, they're just going to go off course.
On.
Alright, generator number 2. Let's hope me being under level doesn't make it terrible. Oh, what? Yep, being underleveled really sucks. Oh, he's kind of mad. You think getting hit by that would do a lot more damage? Finally, I'm level 14. I should have been level 14 like 5 minutes ago. But the auto scroller is almost done. Just a little bit left. Like another 30 seconds or so. Man, I got bad luck on every core. That sucks. Alright, auto scroller done. Finally. Now we can play the game. The good part of the game. So a cutscene happens, missile hits him in the mouth, he's dead, boom. Cool finisher for a boss, right? In a cutscene? Oh, his head's gone. Okay, time for a drown warp. I'm gonna do it one more time. Right over here. I think if I had my upgraded sword, it would not be faster to do that, but I have my slow boy's sword, so... So up next is another out of bounds, but it's very, 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 very precise. To the point where I need to use mouse and keyboard for true north movement. No slight variations with the analog stick. And there we go. So what was that, number 10? I think that was number 10. Yep, number 10. Alright, so that naked dude with the long hair we fought earlier, we're gonna fight him again. I think he's less annoying here, but
What is this?
still kind of a dumb fight.
This area is composed of crystallized silicon.
So if I get unlucky, he'll just waste some time by using teleportation moves.
Unlikely the Yoha units came this far on their own. Hypothesis: the enemy must have placed them here deliberately.
I, or we, machine life forms, I suppose, have a keen interest in humanity, love,
Come on.
family, religion.
Alright, out of bounds number 11.
War. The more human records I unearth, the more charmed I am by their
So I want to leave the arena and go back to the elevator. So I'm going to do a dialogue cancel that'll save me like 40 plus seconds.
It's grand, don't you think? Almost spiritual. And yet it's currently nothing more than an android graveyard.
So I'm going to have 2B's butt touch the elevator trigger without going in.
And adopt all facets of humanity. Some desired love, others family.
Oh, come on. Alright.
Only then.
I accidentally touched the analog stick, so I ruined the trick.
Proposal: prioritize search for 9S.
But oh well, either way, we skipped a gigantic chunk of dialogue. Huge chunk of dialogue. For some reason these bosses like to talk a lot. Yeah, you can touch the elevator trigger with her butt. It saves like an extra second, but I accidentally tapped the analog stick when I was getting ready on my keyboard. Alright, so this first phase, you just have to threshold him.
I don't have time for you.
And he gave me good RNG, he didn't do any teleportation, and I got some crits even.
9S.
Alright, let's hope he doesn't use any teleportation moves here. Because sometimes he can, and it's awful.
Come to me.
Aw, man. He was like one tick away from dying, and he did exactly what I did not want him to do. That's why I needed a crit to happen, man, and I didn't get any crits.
No. Okay.
Alright, so I just did 2 dialogue cancels. One saved me a huge amount of time, like another 40 plus seconds. Then the second one was like maybe less than 1 second, but either way, I skipped a long call, so I get to head straight to the factory ASAP.
Proposal. Procure information from
So the sooner I get there, the better, because I'm kind of racing against another dialogue going on. If I can get there before it ends, then they'll let me get as much distance as I can.
Oh, hello, 2B. Do you need something?
I need to know if you've seen any new trends or
Oh,
behaviors
okay.
among the machines.
Alright, we're not getting there
Trent?
early,
Hmm.
so
Well,
whatever.
2 days ago, I was contacted.
I'm
by
also
the
on
machines
my
that disconnected themselves
1
from the
upgraded sword instead
network.
of my 2nd
They
upgraded
wanted
sword,
to
so
set up a peace
even if I were doing things optimally, I don't think I would get there early enough anyway, so.
Form an alliance of some kind with our village.
Feels
If that's what they
VC2,
want,
man.
Why don't they move in?
I believe they're working on building a colony of their own.
You don't say.
Indeed. Apparently, it's located in the abandoned factory. I can give you the coordinates if you'd like.
Please.
I was actually planning to go speak with them myself, you know. Maybe we can meet up over there?
Sounds good.
target location data obtained. Marking on map.
DBD. I don't understand the question. So I don't know if this is even faster. Right, make her do this animation over and over again, where she's like, "Hey, stop looking at my skirt." I don't even know if it's faster, but I gotta do something during this downtime.
It certainly does.
Alright, so we're coming up here on the Deep Factory. This is where I was in the prologue, but here on the revisit. And the revisit has a lot of big skips and tricks going on. It's really crazy. You'll see. Assuming I don't mess up anything, because that is possible. Yeah, that animation is a thing if you try to look up a skirt for too long. I pretty much got the achievement right there on the way in. I think you get an achievement for doing that 10 times. So I'm leaving this dialog box open, because if you let Pascal talk, it delays the next area from loading, so leave that open, and it loads faster. Okay, there's enemies on the sides, so I want to make sure I don't have them on screen. Cool. Can I do the skirt thing again? Yep. Instead of walking towards the main dude, we're just like, hey, stop it. Alright, so here we go. Deep Factory. This place has a lot of tricks and nonsense to it. So hope I don't mess anything up. So I'm going to try to despawn the enemies by going out of bounds. So if you're still counting, I'll leave that up to you. Alright, so let the elevator start up early.
Talk, more running.
Oh, how did he get here so fast? Okay. So I didn't get to do another out of bounds trick. I don't know how he got there so quickly. So if I did that trick correctly, I'd be skipping this room entirely. I'd be on top of the elevator right now. And I would not have to go out of bounds again here. So the reason why I'm going out of bounds here is because I want the elevator to start working again. See, it revived 9S's robot, and it made the elevator accessible. So it kind of refreshes a lot of the assets, so I get to go all the way back up instead of going all over the place, all around the factory. We're gonna go out of bounds again. I'm gonna try to hit a mandatory trigger. Nice.
The door's open.
Okay.
Keep moving.
I figured I wasted my dash. That's fine. Let's try again. Alright, that skipped a gigantic chunk of the factory. And now we're already at the end of it.
Exit route secured.
Thanks.
See if I can go out of bounds one more time. Nope. This guy dodged my shots, man. You have one very small opportunity to get on top of this elevator too, but you have to kill that dude who's next to that save point. Otherwise he ruins it. So I missed an opportunity on 2 out of bounds. But you know what? How many did we get so far in this factory? Is it 2 or 3? I think we did 2. So that puts our count up to what, 12? I want to say 12, but I could be wrong. 3. So when I'm hanging out here on top of this bridge, the boss can't hurt me. I have to sit here and wait until his shield goes down.
Oh, now what?
So I'm gonna just hang out here for a while.
Proposal. Energy source should be destroyed.
9S, that Goliath we just encountered.
I got it. I've been keeping an eye on you. I'm gonna shut off power to the factory now.
Do it!
Factory system at 80% control. Hang in there, 2B. 90%. 92. 95. 98.
Okay, shield's gonna drop any second now. Let's get him taunted, get buffed. Come on, give me crits, give me crits. I did not get the phase skip, and I got a long attack. Okay. Alright, that's my punishment, I guess. I gotta wait for him to do that animation for the fight to end. If he gets his health low enough, then he'll do that ASAP. But with a weaker sword, it wasn't quite enough. I got a lot of crits, but it wasn't quite... Not enough. Almost, though. So the factory's almost over. And guess what? We're gonna go out of bounds again! Oh, what? I slipped back in. No, we're going out of bounds. We're going back out here, and we're gonna try it again. I refuse. I refuse to not do this. Uh-oh. Crap. I went too low. Where am I? Okay. Oh, come on. Get through there. So I think that's 15 out of bounds total. I think that's the last one. Yeah, I think that's the last out of bounds, if I remember right.
Wow, that was certainly something.
Yeah, thankfully in this game, if you're falling out of bounds for too long, it warps you back up.
I need to return and investigate as soon as possible. When I do, perhaps you'd be willing to join me?
But yeah, I'm still just a little bit annoyed that I'm underleveled because of 9S taking a boss kill.
I'm heading back to the resistance camp. What about you?
Oh, I'll probably wander back to the village.
Please.
I have plenty on my plate.
Alright, let's see if I can use slow-mo to get around these enemies spawning. Nope. He wasn't even on the screen and he still pulled me away.
Say again? I'm not
That's how
listening.
annoying the auto-targeting is in this game. You don't even have to have the reticle on someone while they're on the screen. If they're close enough to you while off screen, the game is like, ha, no, you're targeting them now. Haha.
Why are their numbers increasing like this?
Cause unknown.
Try contacting the bunker via laser relay system.
Alright, so the ending part of the category here, it's mostly just combat with a little bit of movement, but there's no more movement tricks left, for the most part. Now we're just gonna kill a whole bunch of dudes, while being underleveled, unfortunately. Thanks, 9S.
Good luck.
I need good death animations, not guys laying down forever in front of me. They were all bad animations. Man. How rude. Oh, now they're spawning near me. Ugh. I don't need more spawns. Okay, good crits. Alright, here's a nice boss. Another ball-shaped enemy.
You again?
Now, if I'm lucky, I'll get something called Knockdown Skip. Which is self-explanatory, if I get it. And I did not get it. I want that animation to not happen, but I don't understand what makes it happen exactly.
This is never going to end.
Boom. What?
Class enemy screen has summoned the local machine.
Excuse me?
Proposal. Destroy the Goliath.
I thought I was getting the not the microwave, the vacuum attack. Alright, that death was unintentional, I'll tell you that much. That was unintentional. If you hit him in the butt, he's supposed to do the vacuum attack and proceed to the end of the fight. But he didn't do it, and he killed me after I SD'd? What? I learned something new. It's always with these marathons where something new happens. Okay, new knowledge. New knowledge.
You again?
Oh, I no longer have resilience either. That means I cannot face tank the lightning, the electricity on the floor. Where's my body at? It's right here. Oh, jeez, this is awkward.
Local machine life forms are converging on the area.
This is never going to end.
Hypothesis. The Goliath class enemy screen
Spam heals.
summoned the local machine life forms. Proposal. Destroy the Goliath.
Man, these enemies are so rude. Well, I have my body back, so I have my chips again. But that's still just really dumb way to die.
2B, you okay?
I'm fine. Let's take this bastard down.
Right.
Okay, so we just leave the core up the hill, because it kind of floats a little bit. So if you were to try to attack it straight from the ground, you just miss a lot of attacks. Let's see, I'm trying to predict what time I'd get. I'm thinking at 126 or 127 maybe.
They're still coming? What do we do? There's too many.
2B? 2B, can you hear me? Our village is under...
Pascal? Come in, Pascal! Shit!
Get out of my way.
Damn it! They're here.
Gotta kill all these dudes. Then another boss spawns.
Seems the machines on the network have gone berserk. They steal
This one
the
might be a little bit
energy
awkward since I'm underleveled,
hold them off,
but we'll see.
with these weapons, there's only so much we can
Help me out,
Let's
crits.
take
Give me all the
these
crits.
first.
Nice. The crits help me out there a lot.
Do be careful.
And I'm not level 19, so whatever. I blame 9S for that. It should be no level 19 here. Alright, so we gotta fight Eve, the other naked dude. Well, no, when we first saw him, he had a shirt on.
Bombarding the area with forced connections.
He had like,
Take
no,
all
he
these
didn't have a shirt on. He had
communications
pants.
and the machines go
He had
haywire.
some cool looking
We have
pants.
to find Eve and destroy him.
He still has those pants, but now he's freaky. He's all black and red. And very mad. I gotta get him thresholded low enough. Alright. Another attack. Okay, cool. Alright, so this phase, he's trying to regenerate his health. But if I keep hitting him, it'll slow down the animation of all this stuff happening. On top of the slow-mo effect I'm already doing. And I want to prevent him from healing.
Whatever's left on the network.
His HP bar needs to not reach the max. But 9S needs to stop doing pod launches.
I'm going to try hacking
Come on, 9S. Come on, 9S. Okay, cool. There we go.
On it.
Pretty much a phase skip.
Unit cut off from network functionality.
That way I didn't have to fight him another time. Alright, this phase sucks. A lot of RNG involved. He's floating around. Ooh, nice crit. Alright, stop please, stop please. Why am I not SDing? Hello, I'm holding the SD button. Okay, alright, game is being rude to me. I want to SD as an attack because it does a lot of damage. Boom. I was holding my SD button, what the heck, game? That's okay, we got through the third phase. Now for the last one,
Alert. NFCS
I have no attacks available
combat no longer operable.
except for my pod. So I have to chase him around. I hope he doesn't run away from me. Gotta keep hitting him with my pod. He's being nice, he's not running. Well, I spoke too soon. Stop. Stop, please. Come here. Come here. Alright, he's done. We got him. Alright, time is coming up in just a moment.
NFCS destroyed.
Right when the cutscene begins, that is time.
I must have been corrupted.
Alright, GG's everybody. That was a ending for NieR Automata.
No.
It's okay. I can always reload my backup data from the bunker.
Alright, get ready on time.
Lose you. The you that exists at this very moment.
Guess so. But we can't upload this corrupted data to the bunker.
And time.
So
9S.
Alright, GG's everybody. That was a ending. NieR Automata. Cool. Speed game. Very tough. A lot of RNG involved, but it's a fun speedrun, I promise you, if you're into hack and slashes. Very good game. Very good speedrun.